Hello guys and welcome to another vlog. And today the car we are having with us is the all new MG Gloster. And today we are here to find out is this car having the potential or not to compete with its chief rival, which is the market king, none other than the Toyota Fortuner. So let's find out that and let's begin with the vlog right away. So guys, let's begin with the detailed vlog of this car. Firstly, here's the key of this car which says MG on it and it's finished in almost chrome. And just look at the car. The size of this car is just humongous. And in fact, let me tell you the dimensions in comparison. This car is wider than a Toyota Fortuner and longer than a Ford Endeavour, and it's even taller than a BMW X7. Yeah, this is just a mammoth of a car. And drive this car on the city is a bit of a task. So here are the LED lamps and these looks just phenomenal, and up here are the LED DRS, which also turns out to be the indicator of the car. And over here it says full LED tech, and down over here it gets the fog lamp, which are halogen and feels quite cheap. Yeah, these halogen lamps doesn't match with the car at all. And over here it gets some functional vents. Yeah, these are very functional vents down there. And just look at the car, it looks so phenomenal. If it would have get that LED fog lamps as well, it would have make the look of the car much more better. And here is the humongous MG grille with a humongous MG logo and a front camera for the 360-degree parking system. And down here as well it gets chrome along with some black finish, and the fog lamp is also finished with some silver around it. And just look at the car, how phenomenal it's look. And the way this car is designed, it grabs a ton of attention out on the road, and the road presence of this car is no closer to any other car in the segment. Yeah, Fortuner is a great looking car, but in terms of dimension, this is on the next level. And these are the diamond cut alloy wheels, and the size of the tire are 255 55 19-inch wheels, and these wheels also look very nice. And it gets a body cladding all around the car, as you can see, which again give it a more SUV look. And here are some of the front parking sensor on the side as well. And over here it says Brit Dynamic, and it gets a silver line over here just for a design element as such. And the side boards for climbing inside the car are also finished in silver, which again gives a very nice look to the car. And these are the humongous outside rear view mirror. Yeah, humongous word will be used in this video a million times because everything is in this car is just humongous. And these mirrors are not fixed with the body, it's a bit a sportier look. And over here it gets a camera along with a puddle lamp. Yeah, there's the puddle lamp, and these are the mirrors, and these are humongous in size. And around the window line, means below the window line, it gets a silver line which runs all through. And the B pillar and the C pillar are also finished in gloss black treatment, again looks nice. And here's the roof rail, which is quite high for me as well. And the door handles are finished again in chrome, and the passenger side door as well gets a request sensor, which is nice. And just look at the car, how humongous it looks, and the presence it offers is just phenomenal. And these are the rear tail lamps, and these are LED, but the indicator and the reverse lamp are still in halogen, but the lights are full LED and looks very nice. And here's the fuel lid of the car. I have to open it from inside, it doesn't open from outside only. And over here it says 4-wheel drive ADAS. ADAS stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, which this car gets, and it is the first car in the segment to get ADAS. And over here it gets a spoiler along with the rear high mount stop lamp, and the spoiler is finished in white color only, which is the body color. And over here it gets a gloss black panel to give it a sportier look. And over here it says internet inside quite proudly, and here's the MG logo along with the reverse cam down here. And just look at this, the way this car mentions Gloster over here. Yeah, you can just read this thing from a kilometer away. That's the size of this badge over here, the Gloster badge, which it says quite proudly. And over here are the reverse parking sensors, and here are twin exhausts for the looks. But if you see technically, there is only one exhaust pipe at back over here, which is not quite visible, and the outlets are two. And same is the case over here, the outlets are two, but the pipe inside is only single. That's just to give it a more aesthetic appeal. And here's the reverse fog lamp, and it gets a diffuser sort of treatment at back, which is finished in gloss black again, and looks quite nice, which is the lower half of the bumper, which is finished in gloss black. The upper half is finished in regular matte black. So guys, let's get into the boot of the car. So it gets electronic tailgate as well. So here the boot opens, and the boot with the last row of seats down is just humongous. Just look at the space of the boot. You can slot a ton of item over here. And over here it gets the lights along with the hooks, and a 12-volt socket over here to attach your refrigerator or some other stuff. And here's the subwoofer of the car, and same is the case over here, it gets a hook again over here. And let me tumble the seats up. So here's how it's done. So here are the seats up, and it's quite easy to do like this. And you can also change the recline angle of the seat, which is quite nice. So this is the most reclined, and you can straighten up it a bit also, and this is the most reclined of the car. And down over here get some toolkit, and the parcel shelf is placed over here very quite neatly and nicely, which is a very nice touch. So you can keep your parcel shelf down here, and also some of the stuff if you need to. And here's a slot for fire extinguisher as well, because it's an MG car, no one knows when it catches fire. And here are some hook to hold on to, and it gets a skid plate over here, skid plate or a plate, so you doesn't damage the paintwork of the car when you are loading in or out luggage. So here's the button to close the tailgate of the car, so let's close it. So here it goes down. So now it's time to get into the rear seat of the car. So there's a door handle, and the doors open massively big. The doors are not that heavy, so they are easy to open and close, but the materials used are just phenomenal. Soft touch plastic over here with some stitching on them, and leather over here, some diamond quilling on them. And I don't know what is this, but it looks quite nice, the camera focus. And also get some brushed aluminum treatment on the handles, are also brushed aluminum. Some cheap plastic are down here like over here, but that's respectable for a car of this price in comparison when the competitors are not providing any of the high quality materials, like the Toyota Fortuner, which doesn't provide any of the high quality materials. So let's get into the seat of the car. Before that, let me show you this. Like, it gets the illuminated MG logo over here, which is quite nice. And here are the control for the seat recline function, as it gets captain seat in the middle row, but you can also opt for a bench. But the captain seats are extremely comfortable. So let's climb into the car. Like, it also gets a handle over here to climb, because the height of this car is just massive. So we are in the rear seat of the car, and the space over here is just phenomenal. Like, the driver's seat is positioned in my driving style, and you can see the space over here. Anyone can easily sit over here, and it can be a chauffeur driven car very comfortably. You can also adjust the recline angle of the seats, as well as you can move the front seats ahead and behind. And just look at the support. Look at the headrest, it's so soft, and the seats are extremely soft and supportive. And it also gets a handrest over here, and the under thigh support is also not an issue. And both these seats also gets isofix child seat mounts. And here's some space to keep your stuff, and over here is also a space, which are the twin cup holders. And these seats also gets individual seat belts, which is very nice. And you can move the headrest front and behind also. Oh, it's not possible with one hand, so I can't show you that right now. And overall, the rear seat comfort of this car is phenomenal. And as you can see over here, it gets a light which is a crystal and looks phenomenal, and the attention detail is very nice. And over here's a hook, and here are the AC vents. And it also gets a 3-zone climate control system, so you can control the air conditioning from here as well. So let's turn it off for the moment. So get some vent over here, and over here are the handle to hold on to, along with the light and a hook. And same is the case over here. And it also gets height adjustable seat belts for the front two passengers. So here's the third row of the seat. So without wasting any time, let's get over there. And getting over there is quite easy because the floor is almost flat, so you can walk in over here quite easily. So we have came to the rear bench of the car, and to be honest, it's not comfortable at all because there is no concept of under thigh support, but the back support is quite nice, and it also gets a headrest at back. So that's quite nice, but it is very comfortable for children to be in over here. Children won't face any that big issue as such. So over here are cup holders along with speakers over here, and some hooks to hold on to when you are not sitting over here, so you can tie up your luggage. And same as the case over here, it gets a cup holder along with the 12-volt charging socket over here. That's nice. And there's an AC vent over here as well, on the top as well, and on the top over here as well. Let the camera focus, like over here. And it also gets some lights over here. So here's the view from the last row of seat of the full car, and the space of this car is phenomenal. And the way the seats are done, just look at this double stitching over here, the quality of leather, some pockets at back over here, and everything very, very premium and very phenomenal. And this car is a really value for money car if you are paying a amount of 40 lakhs on road. Yeah, and I will tell you the exact price of this car, which I am reviewing right now after a bit. So without wasting any further time, let's get to the front seat of the car. So guys, we have came to the driver's seat of the car, and let's begin with the instrument cluster. And it looks phenomenal. The way this instrument cluster is designed is quite nice and very funky as well, because the speedometer is quite on the left, quite small, as well as the tachometer is on the right, which is marking on the opposite direction, is also quite small, but it looks quite nice and quite easy to read. And it gets a ton of features in it as well, like this is for all of the car details, like the fuel range and the fuel economy. The fuel economy is showing only 5 km per liter because the car has been standing still for quite a long time. And it shows everything from battery voltage. Also gets a tire pressure monitoring system, and here's it's for the navigation system and music and Bluetooth connectivity. This is for the braking and ADS systems, and this is for the different brightness levels and display theme as well. So let's be in the tire pressure monitoring system for the moment. And this is the steering wheel of the car, and it's a leather wrapped one, which is quite obvious. And this is the horn of the car, and it also gets paddle shifters over here. And these are the buttons for the instrument cluster, and these are the buttons for the audio system of the car. And these are here are the buttons for the cruise control as well. And here are also for the audio system, like this is for the voice assistant system, and this for the favorites, what you have chosen for here. Right now it's on none because I have not used in anything. Let me show you over here, and this button over here is for the headlight leveling, and this is to adjust the outside rear view mirrors. And also gets a storage space over here. And this is the button for the hood to open the hood of the car. And here are the pedals. This is the accelerator, brake pedal, and it gets a massive brake pedal as well over there. And here's the speaker of the car, which is again massive, and it gets these leather diamond quilt stitching over here, again some leather with double stitching, and the quality feels extremely premium to hold on to and feel. And these buttons are for the lock and unlock of the car. This is for the window child lock, and these are for the windows of the car. All windows gets one touch up and down, which is quite nice. And over here is a small storage space with ambient lighting bulb over there. And the doors are also massive size, and this button over here is to open the fuel lid of the car. And it also gets electric adjust for the front driver seat. Here's the control for the electric adjust for the driver's seat, and it also gets two memory function along with the massage function and the lumbar support. And the massage function is only available for the driver's seat, not for the co-driver. And likewise, you can see over here it gets ambient lighting over here as well. And the quality of material used in the dash is also very phenomenal to hold. But there's an issue that it doesn't get any handles to hold on to for the driver to get in and out of the car. So that's a bit issue. And as you can see over here, it gets a sunglass holder which is placed in quite a weird position, and that's not generally the case in most of the cars. And over here is the inside rear view mirror, which is an auto dimming inside rear view mirror. And over here is the mirror with twin lights over here, and the material on the headlining of the car is also quite nice and soft. And same is the case for the passenger side also. It also gets two lights with that. And here's the mic, and this is to turn the lights on and off. And the lights also gets a piano black finish along with the chrome and looks very premium. And this over here is to open the boot of the car, and this is for the sun blind of the sunroof, and this is to open the glass of the sunroof. Let me show you the glass of the sunroof. It opens massively big in only a one go. You can see, yeah. And this is an extremely big sunroof. Yeah, this is extremely big, and it also feels quite airy inside the cabin, because the cabin is also not all black, and it doesn't feel any bit of claustrophobic. And the overall view around the car is also nice, and while you are driving you can see the hood of the car, and it gives a very commanding driving position as well. And the seats also gets height adjust, so you can adjust them as per your liking. So this is the main highlight of the car, which is this audio system or the infotainment system of the car, and it's extremely feature loaded. Like over here you can see the weather of the surrounding, and this is for the navigation system. Let me turn that on. The navigation system, and you can swipe through it quite easily, and it's quite sleek to use as well, not that hard to use. And this button, this is the only button in this audio system. Everything is this digital, like the volume controls are all over here, and these are also a touch enable, which is a very big gripe. They would have given a physical control for the audio system, that would be much better. And this is the only button to get back into home. And there's a navigation, this for the weather, this for the music, this for the air conditioning. It gets a 3-zone climate control system, so you can decide all the parameters from here for the front AC, and you can also adjust the rear AC from here only. So that's quite nice. And it also gets heated and ventilated seats for the driver, but it only gets a heated seat for the passenger. Yeah, I will show it to you in a bit, the buttons for that. And overall this is an extremely loaded screen, and this is the 360-degree parking camera, and the camera quality and the resolution is just terrible. Yeah, this is can be much better. MG can be done much better for the camera resolution, and this is the case in the MG Hector as well, that the camera resolution is extremely poor. And you can also choose a 3D view, so like you can select from where you want to see. Overall the graphics are all quite great, but if the resolution would be nice, it would be phenomenal. And it also gets a inbuilt Ghana app, and it gets more like Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and many more features. So let's get into the car settings, and over here you can see the lamp, lock, and many things over here. And these are the controls for the sunroof, outside rear view mirror, ambient lighting. It gets 64 ambient lighting colors. Yeah, you can choose between 64 ambient lighting colors, and also you can adjust the brightness of it, what quite dark or light. And this is the tire pressure monitoring system. This is for the some ATS special features, and these are for the ADAS system, and it gets 5 ADAS systems. So the first one is the forward collision warning, and if we keep the FCW mode, which is the forward collision warning, if we keep it only FCW, then it will give a mark to us that there's something in front of us. But if you keep in FCW plus AEB, what is autonomous emergency braking, so it will also apply brakes, and you can select the sensitivity, low, medium, or high. So let's keep it in low, because it brakes quite early when you see when it see a car ahead. So let's keep it in low. And this for the lane departure warning, it gives you a notification over here that you are getting out of lane quite frequently, but it will not take you back into the lane. That's a bit issue, that will not take you back into the lane. You have to do it by your own. This for the blind zone detection, like it gets the blind spot monitors over here on the outside rear view mirrors. And this was the parking distance control. For a safer parking, you can keep it on. This is the fatigue reminder. If you're driving for quite a long time, then it will give you a reminder over here to take a tea or a coffee break as per your liking. So overall, this system is a phenomenal unit, and the speakers of this car are also very good. So let me play us audio right away for you. Oh, red rose, so as you heard, the audio quality of the system is very phenomenal. And over here are the AC vents of the car. Along this, the hazard light switch, and these controls over here are for the air conditioning, and the front gets twin zone for the air conditioning. And here it is a space to keep your stuff, or not your stuff. Here's a 12-volt charging socket, here's a USB socket over here, and here's a wireless charging pad to keep your mobile phone over there. And the texture done over here doesn't feel that great. It could be much better, but that's okay. And here's the gear lever. So let's get reverse, and let me show the reverse parking camera as I shown you before. So it's same like that. You can select 2D 3D views, and let's get back into parking. And there are a ton of buttons in the center console, so let me tell you each and every button one by one. So firstly, let the camera focus. Oh sorry. So this button is for the hill descent control, and this is for the traction control system. This is for the auto engine start stop. This is for the automatic parking. It gets 3 automatic parking features, which first one is a parallel parking, second is a regular parking, and third is for the park out feature. And this for the rear differential lock. Yeah, it gets a rear differential lock. And this for the lane departure warning. This is the gear lever. This for the unlock and the park button. And the upper button, this is for the driver seat heating, and this for the driver seat cooling, and this for the passenger seat heating. It doesn't get a co-driver seat cooling feature, it only gets for heating. So guys, here are the control for the different drive modes and the terrain management modes of the car. So let's get into them. So right now it's auto mode, and here's the sport mode, and snow mode, and there's a mud mode and sand mode. And to get into rock mode, you have to get into neutral, because it engages the low range gearbox. Yeah, then it engages into the low range gearbox of the car, so you have to get into the neutral, like it says warning over here. So right now rock mode is activated, so you can get back into eco mode. And to get into eco mode as well, you need to keep it neutral, so the drive train of the vehicle shifted to the rear wheel drive only. Yeah, in eco mode, the car becomes a rear wheel drive only vehicle to save fuel. So here, so this was about the different drive modes of the car. And over here is a slot to keep your key, and all over here it's finished in gloss black treatment along with some silver treatment over here. And here are the twin cup holders, and under the center armrest it gets a ton of storage space. And here's a button for the AdBlue tank of the vehicle. I don't know for what, that's for some technical work as such. And the armrest also finished in leather with twin stitching over here, which also feel very premium. And overall the car feels extremely premium to be. And if you're out in the market for a premium SUV and you want a car to be chauffeur driven and a comfortable premium feel car, then this is the best car for you. But if you want a car which needs to be extremely rugged and reliable, then there's no competition for the Toyota Fortuner. But in terms of features, the all over, the quality of the cabin, the comfort, this is an extremely phenomenal car. And this is the car right now I'm sitting in, cost rupees 41.5 lakh, and this is the top of the line variant. And it gets a twin turbo diesel engine, and it's a 4x4 variant. So it car is very capable off the road as well, and on the road the ride quality of the car is also very nice, not that bumpy, and it takes everything in its rides very beautifully well. So guys, this was the vlog of MG Gloster from Shubhodeep Banerjee. So let's see you guys in the next video really soon. Till then, bye bye and have a nice day.